Hey, I just want to have brief conversation here with you about some of the things that I hear most often, some of the complaints, some of the excuses that I hear for why someone hasn't been successful as a trader. And all of these excuses are absolutely ridiculous. And so if you're watching this video, I hope you'll watch it all the way through. It's not going to be a long one, maybe 10 minutes long, but I think it's worth listening to every single part of this rant. The first reason people tell me that they're not successful is that they don't have enough time, that they're busy, they have a job, they have a full-time job, and they don't have a lot of time. And I have less time than every other single person in the world. If you want to say that the things in your life that are taking up time make it difficult for you. But all of us get the same amount of time. And I don't know where we all got the idea that somehow you have to sit in front of the screen all day long to be successful as a trader. That is the most preposterous, ridiculous, and stupid thing I've ever heard in my life. If you are sitting in front of the computer all day long, it is most likely the case that you are terrible at trading. And you're probably sitting in front of the computer because you're watching the positions that aren't going well. The very best traders in the world that I have ever met in my life are not the ones who sat in front of the screen. My friend Scott, who got up to $1,000 a day and even had $10,000, $15,000 days and has had some giant ups and downs as a trader. More ups than downs, but of course everybody's always going to talk about the downs. Jerks. Me. Anybody that I know, Joel, who's trading at 9 o'clock at night, setting up his orders and then going to bed. Every single one of these people. John Carter, who I sat down with 5 years ago now. 5 years ago, right about now. I sat down with him right after he made $1.4 million in one day trading Tesla. I should go back out and see him again. Each one of these people spends a minimum amount of time in front of the computer. An hour at most. In most cases, that's the most amount of time. They spend a lot of time learning, meaning over the course of 5 or 6 years, maybe they spent an hour a day in study. Maybe they spent more than that, but in most cases, no. Number two, I hear this complaint all the time. I'm not really good with computers, or I'm not really super smart about this stuff. I was the worst student in my law school. They almost didn't let me graduate from law school. The very best traders that I know are smart, common sense people, and they're terrible students. They did not fit into the student culture, the academic culture of the world, or anything like that. They weren't trying to be the top student. If you're trying to be the top student and academically in front of everybody else, you're going to be a terrible trader because you take things too literally and you're trying to memorize stuff and you're trying to be rewarded by memorization. My favorite traders, Scott, Igor, Joel, Bill, they're smart people, but the biggest quality of these individuals is that they're common sense smart. They're rational people. They don't lie to themselves. They don't have an open losing trade and then lie to themselves about how good it is or how bad it is. They just are always telling themselves the truth. And they're super rational about the decisions that they make. And they're commonsensical. They are common sense people. And they have a skill of estimation, meaning they're able to see a little bit ahead based on the decision that they're making now. And the single greatest quality of every super nerd face egghead person I've ever known that graduated with straight A's and all that kind of stuff, the biggest quality of every single one of those people that I knew is they couldn't see one step in front of themselves. They couldn't see what was going to happen tomorrow. Think about with your own kids. Do you want your kids to get straight A's, or do you want your kids to be the one that everyone else looks up to because they understand how things work, how real life works? You want your kids to be good at real life or pretend book smart test taking life? You want to be good at real life. And trading rewards common sense, real life experience. You want to be great at trading? Get commonsensical about your trading. Cut off your losing trades. Write out your winning trades. Don't take a lot of trades. Trade with a smaller trade size. Have common sense. That is right there. I just said the most important things that ever matter, and most people will just ignore it. They'll just totally ignore it. The last thing that I hear from people is that they don't have enough money. And they'll say, well, I'm trading with a $50 account or a $100 trading account. And my answer is always, where is your other money going? What? Now, if you live in a third world country, I love you, and I try to provide as much as I can for free for you. And maybe you do have a $200 account. Fine, well then make $1 and keep $1 and make $1 and keep $1 and build it up from there. And if you live in a third world country, then while you're doing that, get your account hooked up to DarwinX and prove that you can trade responsibly with a very small drawdown, very small losses, and very consistent small gains. And starting with the smallest account that you can dream of, you could be managing a portfolio of $500,000 because you've proven yourself even with a small amount of money. So stop making the excuse that you don't have a lot of money. And stop making the excuse that unless you can double your $1,000 account, that this isn't going to be for you. That's just gambling. Just go to the racetrack instead. Trading involves a substantial risk of loss, but most of the time, that's just for the people who are gambling like drunken monkeys. Hey, it's Rob Booker, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. If you want more great content and you're on the Booker Wealth site, go to the bottom right of this page and just watch more videos. I got a ton of them. Or if you're on the YouTube channel, just hit that subscribe button and the bell, and I'll let you know when I make new content. I love you all. Have the best day ever.